As a highly successful entrepreneur, business owner, real estate developer, athlete, or any type of high-level executive, you know how very hard you've worked over the years to accumulate the assets and investments you have today. You fought many battles and won. You've outwitted the competition, hired the right people, been an excellent leader, and you've also saved and invested wisely. Oh, and yes, you paid lots of taxes as well. Taxes such as income taxes, both federal and state, property taxes, franchise and excise taxes, capital gains taxes, real estate taxes, business taxes, and on and on. And the very last tax you ever want to pay is the estate taxes when you die. You know, most successful people consider estate taxes double taxation of their estate, and for good reason. You've already paid many taxes during your lifetime, and now the federal government wants another bite out of your estate after you're gone. But unfortunately, the reality is the federal government makes all the rules, not us. And so if we're unaware or unprepared, a big chunk of our estate will end up in the hands of Uncle Sam after our death. So here's an example of what I mean. Let's say that we have an individual or couple that has a $100 million estate. Now, there's currently a federal estate tax exemption against paying estate taxes on an estate, and those exemptions can be higher or lower depending on who's president and who controls the House and the Senate. But let's just say that the net amount at risk is a $100 million estate. Well, the tax bracket is 40%. So in other words, 40% of that $100 million or $40 million must go to Uncle Sam after your death. And that's got to be paid within 9 months of the date of your death. Otherwise, there are penalties and interest tacked on to the amount owed. Boy, that's miserable. So here's a question for you. Is there a way to potentially leverage your current success and net worth to create a vehicle, an entity that would pay those future estate taxes for your heirs? The answer is yes. With proper planning, you can secure the liquidity required to pay your estate taxes that will be owed by your heirs without you writing a single check. That's right. Based on your current health as well as your net worth, we can assist you in financing your future estate tax bill, and the bank loan is repaid at the insured's death from the policy proceeds. Now, how can we do all of this? Well, it's called premium financing, which has been available for the high net worth individual and families and ultra wealthy families for decades. So let's go back to my $40 million federal estate tax bill based on a $100 million estate that we discussed a moment ago. Well, that $40 million federal estate tax bill is now going to be paid by a life insurance policy that has $40 million in remaining funds after the bank loan is repaid. The policy is owned by what's called an ILIT. It's an acronym for Irrevocable Life Insurance Trust, which simply keeps that death benefit of $40 million outside of the estate value. And the great news is that the insured/owner does not pay the premiums or interest out of pocket. The transaction is completely financed by a highly respected bank. Now, why would a bank want to do all of this? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, banks are in the business of lending money, and the vast majority of their loan is secured by the life insurance policy's cash surrender value. And a much smaller amount of collateral is posted by the insured from their personal assets. And the second reason banks love these types of loans is the bank is assured that they will be repaid because no one's been able to figure out how to get out of this life alive. Therefore, whether it's 1 year from now or 50 years from now, the bank knows they will be repaid their premium payments plus interest with tax-free dollars. The banks love these kinds of loans. And with our unique structure, there is typically enough future growth for the insured owner's family to pay the eventual tax bill upon the owner's death. So how can we arrange all of this? Well, our firm has aligned itself with one of only 2 organizations in the entire country that has access to extremely unique and potentially highly beneficial solutions for our clients because of their strategic relationships with some of the largest financial institutions and life insurance carriers in the world. So what's the next step? Well, if you're interested in receiving a customized estate planning illustration to assist your heirs with paying your future estate taxes with no money out of your pocket, contact us today.